streaming in 7 months, bro. Oh, snap. I was about to say, what happened? Yes, we are live. We're active. Yes, we're live. We're active. I'm looking at this thing, seeing who I can get. I don't want to make another mistake. I do. I think I'm gonna get. I'll get a quarterback later. Anyway, man, what's good? Welcome back to another edition of Talk That Talk podcast. I go by the name of Bake, and I got my co-host, my brother, co-producer of the year, producer of the year, all that good stuff, referee, blah, blah, blah. Man, introduce yourself, big dog. Too many. Yes, I like it. I like it. I like it. We are at the house. We posted a video, but the video didn't have no audio, so it didn't go through. But we are at the crib. We're going to be doing live every Wednesday now for right now because of the schedules and how I just lay out. But we got a lot of jam-packed stuff. We got NFL recap, first week recap. We're going to talk about our teams and how we feel about our teams. We both coming off some L's. We're going to do some picks later today, or tonight, I should say. We got some caught on live action with my man, he had that thing rolling. And let's just say he made a movie today at 1 p.m. and we got some Tyreek Hill Miami police dispute, man. But anyway, man, let's start off with caught on live. My man if you were stuck on a rock, Unc was getting it in this afternoon, 1 p.m. in the morning, broad daylight, when the sun is at his dang near his peak, close to it. And let's just say he was peaking. He was peaking and peaking, and he got caught on live doing some sexual activities, and he ended up talking about it. What's your thoughts on the whole situation first? Because I got a whole bunch of things going in my mind right now. What's your thoughts? Right, right. Mm, yeah. Uh-oh. Did we lose him? Oh, would you, there we go. What'd you say? Mm, facts. Some more brownie points? You think so? Right. Facts. Yeah. He could have. Here's my thing though. Here's my thing. Now we was talking about earlier, and what up, Zach? What's good? Um, I'm trying to figure out going live. How do we get to the point where your camera is at live, and then it automatically falls? You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying you know, kind of scripted it. But what I would say is this: I would say, you know, if it was a blunder or a mistake, it's not good as how he talking about. He said he was embarrassed, but it's been with jokes and laughter. I don't know how I feel about that because it's like, and then the thing always been the rumor was Unc was undercover and things like that. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I just appreciate what he does for the culture and things like that. I don't think it's going to get looked at as a bad light, but I know this is going to be ammunition that people are going to use to try to, attack his character, attack him as a analyst, attack him as a person, to say how dare ESPN. So I don't know. I think ESPN is probably going to put Unc on leave for a little bit. I ain't going to hold you because the backlash that may come about this, because people are going to be like, yo, that is unprofessional. That's disrespectful. How you got a man? You know how people do. You know how this culture is. Like, it gets to the point where if they have something, because they've been waiting. There's been a lot of news outlets and a lot of people waiting for Unc to slip. And this is one of those sliptures. And I think that some major repercussions will be happening to Unc because of the slip up, regardless. Because ESPN and Disney, and you know how people gonna be, man. And I think he's gonna be suspended for a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, all right, we can hear you. Oh, they can't hear you? Okay, let me see what's going on the tube. Hold on real quick. I'm about to see real quick. Hold on. Let me see. You talking? It's not on? Let me see.
I don't know why yours is loud, but mine's is low.
It's not on? Talking?
I don't know why yours is loud. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay. All right, bet. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
All right, yeah. I feel like ESPN could, but they got Pat McAfee out there, man, cussing live on ESPN.
But he ain't effing live on ESPN. That's the difference. He not getting busy live on ESPN. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think that him taking full responsibility, because
Yeah.
he said in the thing that he called ESPN right then and there, he took full responsibility. I think that if it was gonna be something, he probably would have mentioned it too. Like,
Right.
yeah, because he's just very transparent.
Right.
So I think when he made that call, if he wasn't gonna be on TV, then they probably would have said something. Now I'm real interested for next Monday. I can tell you that much
Facts.
because I want to see if he's gonna be there. And
So he's not there until next Monday.
He's not there until next Monday.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be interesting once he's on there next Monday, how the jokes may fly, how they may try to jab at him, depending on. And I know he's gonna take everything with a grain of salt
Mm-hmm.
and laugh back and joke back, and So I'm just interested. We won't know for sure until next Monday.
Facts.
How that's about to go.
Yeah. But
Because he just signed a new deal.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he's going to get fired, but I think they will try to suspend him. They're going to say they're going to probably release a statement because they're going to talk about it tomorrow morning. It's going to be talked about. It's going to be talked about, and it's about to be all over media. It's about to. So
it's already all over.
So it's about to be the talk of the town. I'm telling you, some people are going to be like, "Hey man, it happened. It made a mistake." Because the thing is how do your phone get to live? How does it get to record? Because that's a lot of steps. It ain't like, you accidentally called and they heard your phone conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's a live.
You butt down and somebody heard you.
It's a live, bro. Like, you are literally, it takes so many steps to get to a live.
But I'm telling you, I believe I was one of the first people to click into the live.
Yeah.
And when I first clicked in, it was like it was like the phone was like in the bed or wherever it was, because it never showed a face or anything. So the phone was like face down doing something because when the live came on, it was commotion with the phone, and then the phone fell, and then you start hearing the moans and the clapping. So, like I said, I was one. I believe I was one of the first people to click in because I was on my lunch break. I'm like, what? Because he said it on Nightcap. He's never on IG Live.
Right.
Ever. Like I have never seen him on IG Live. So when I seen it was him, I'm like, oh, I'm about to definitely tune in because what are you talking about?
Right.
And like I said, he wasn't doing too much talking.
He wasn't doing a lot of talking at all. But anyway, we're going to find out. This is an unveiling story that is going to take some time to unpack. But let's just say my man Unc, he been taking it on the chin. But it's just, I think people are not going to like the joke and matter that comes with it. Like, hey, your boy be putting it down. Like, you know what I mean? Look, at the end of the day, that's Unc. That's his character. But I know people are going to use this for ammunition.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be something that gets done.
It's going to be haters. But like I said, I feel like he's the perfect person for this just because he's not going to be two-faced and he going to have the jokes too. So who's ever willing to have the jokes,
facts.
You better be ready because he not the person that's going to stand back and let you say too much without having too much to say back. So
no, it's going to be interesting to see, man. But anyway, some more news and drama going on. We had Tyeke Hill on police cam of, it can go either way. But let's just say the Miami police was a little bit extra to a degree. I understand they was mad at Tyeke of not complying in a timely fashion of what he was, when they asked him, but he did comply. At the end of the day, he did comply, and he gave reasons why he didn't want to, have his window up, number one. And number two, he felt some type of way when somebody knocked on the window. Maybe he was feeling some type of way. He got a Lamborghini. Man, knock on my window, crazy. Glass could be sensitive. I don't know. I ain't got that kind of whip. So he said, hey, man, why you knocking on my door like that, man? Like, what's going on? He gave him his license, gave him his registration, and he rolled his window up so people couldn't see that's Tyeke Hill. He didn't want to be embarrassed or nothing like that. But I guess the Miami police didn't rock with that. And
hold up. We have to clear it up. It's Miami-Dade County Police. There were two different people.
Okay.
So Miami Police is different than Dade County Police.
Okay.
I learned that today.
Okay. So we had the Miami-Dade County Police. Let's just say one person from the county wasn't really rocking with Tyeke or anybody in the commotion because he was wilding. He was wilding.
He was going off on Calais Campbell. He went off on Johnny Smith.
He was wilding.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm going to attribute to he wasn't getting what Shannon Sharp got. That's why he was over here tripping. He
oh man,
feel like that man is lacking in that. He got emotion, so
that's too soon. Yeah. Oh, that's too soon, bro. That's too soon. Oh my God, bro, you a fool for that. Oh man, dog, that's too soon, bro. But how do you feel about the whole, dealing with the whole police brutality and excessive force? What's your thoughts seeing the excessiveness of the Miami Dade County?
Miami-Dade County. So,
Dade County, yeah.
I actually took, I'm a teacher or whatever the case is at a middle school.
Yes.
And, I actually took the day yesterday to talk about it with my class. Took a full day to all my classes, allowed them to watch the video. And we had a great conversation just about what had transpired. And a lot of my kids fully agreed that the force was excessive, right, and that it was so uncalled for due to what the violation was, and that the violation was just a traffic stop because he was speeding.
Right.
Other half of it was my students saying, he probably shouldn't have had, he could have changed, he could have had a better tone with the police because you were technically in the wrong to begin with.
Right.
So there's no reason when you're in the wrong, especially speeding, for you to have like a condescending tone or an attitude tone, because you was in the wrong. Because if you was doing right, wouldn't nobody stopping you and bothering you.
Right.
You feel me? And so, my students basically pointed out, like, and could have changed his tone. Another student has said uh, if he didn't want to be seen, and they brought this to my attention, if he didn't want to be seen, he could have asked the officer to come around to the other side, and he could have kept that window up, and they could have still had that same conversation on the other side.
Yeah.
I talked to one of my boys as an officer, and he was like, "That's something that can happen. Like if
Yeah.
you and a police officer can have that conversation because he could have said that, like, hey, bro, I'm gonna keep this window up. Can we talk on the other side?"
Right.
And then, like, if the police would have been weird about that, now it's like, damn, like y'all not even trying to respect my privacy. And so, like I said, I understood that, he didn't want to be seen, but like you said, he did comply.
Right.
He just didn't roll the window down low enough.
Right.
And he didn't get out the car fast enough.
Facts.
And then he got called basically a crybaby and told to stop crying. And then basically got made fun of because the dude said, because he was like, "Man, I just had surgery on my knee." He was like, "Well, did you have surgery on your ears too?" And
Yeah.
it's like, bro, like, why are you being so extra? So
Right.
overall, like I told my students, I said, anytime, man, you get pulled over, just roll your windows down.
Yeah.
Make everything easier. Find a way to have a softer tone with the police.
Facts.
It's unfortunate that we live in a day and age where where you go?
No, I'm here.
All right. It's unfortunate we live in a day and age where the civilian has to be the adult in the room at times, and we have to be the people that diffuse it when these trained officers are supposed to be the people that do these things. But since that's what it is, especially as a black man, and I was speaking to all my students. I got white, black, I got Armenians, I got Hispanics, I got every race you can have. I got I got women, I got young women, I got young men. And I was speaking to them all because at some point they're all going to be in this situation. And there is enough video evidence of all races, of all sexes that have been violated or done something to by the police. So,
Right.
like, we're moving to a point to where it's just not African American men no more. It's everybody. The
Facts.
police is really being overly aggressive and extra with everybody. And and I really wanted to stress to my kids that the police is not bad. It's just dumb people that become officers.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so I just tried to have a moment where I was educating my students on the broader subject of this situation and not sitting there bashing the police and all that.
No, I hear you. I think when you think about the whole thing, I think, both was in the wrong. But I think even with Tyree not complying, and even with him being in his like saying the things that he said, I think the police officer, your job is to protect. Like,
Facts.
there was no sense that Tyreek was like being a threat.
He was at all.
So
Zero threat.
So to do the whole knee to the back, to do the whole, and he's telling you like, my knee, bro, chill. Like, all right, I'm getting on the ground, bro. Like, it just show. And then when people come in and try to, be there to support them and make sure they're there to make sure everything's going okay, it's sad to see that stuff. And that's what's sickening for me. Like, okay, he made a mistake. He should have de-escalated the situation. And but you got to understand, wrong is wrong at the end of the day. Shouldn't have been speeding, for sure.
Yep.
But he complied. He did comply. It just wasn't the way you want him to comply. And you felt like you was being disrespected. So you thought that it was the right thing to do to be overly aggressive, to grab him by the neck, to get him. Come on, bro. Come on, my guy.
And told him, like, hurry up because I'll break this window.
Come
like,
on, bro. Like all that
being...
stuff is unnecessary. And that's the problem that we have with police brutality and police force. People taking that badge over the top and taking that power to the extremity where now you trying to display your power and show, I run you. It's almost like slavery in a way, bro.
And what else? And what I did learn also last night, when it comes to the window thing, officers don't know what's going on if your tent is super dark.
Right.
So they would like for you to have your window down to create visibility to make sure you're not doing nothing or about to grab something or do something. And I learned that if you don't necessarily comply with rolling down your window, they do have the right to tell you to get out the car because now it's like it becomes a safety thing.
Right.
So that's why the officer was making a big deal about the window. And that's why that became even a bigger deal because he got the limo tent.
Right.
And if they can't necessarily see inside the car, now it's not that he's an actual threat, but we don't know if it's not Tyreek Hill, if it's some other dude, what they trying to do with that kind of dark tent.
Right.
So, I was like I said, man, I listening to these things, I wanted to go educate myself. So I talked to my boy that's a cop,
Facts.
and he was able to give me more knowledge and all that. But he also said there's no way in the world the cop should have performed and act like that. He also said that too. Like that was extra and excessive.
It was OD. It was OD, and it was unnecessary. And at the end of the day, I don't know what happened after, like today, or no statement been made.
Only one dude so far. Last thing that was heard
Scoot
was
over a little bit to yeah, right there.
Last thing that was told was the officer was placed on paid administrative leave.
Okay.
So we don't know what else is going to come down the pike from that. But that's the last thing that was told. That's the last thing I heard about any reprimands and all that.
Okay, so it's gonna be interesting to see, man. It's just sad to see stuff like that continuing. People just, man, without body cams, imagine what would have been like. You know what I'm saying? Like now they know they're on camera. So, and that's the crazy thing, knowing that you're on camera and you still wilding. You would think that you would be on the utmost respect. You know what I'm saying? But you're on camera and you wilding, and what you did don't have no justification as to why, because he wasn't a threat. And I understand you want to practice protocol, but you got to know the situation. Every situation ain't the same. I understand if it's a random Joe Blow. Bro, Tyreek Hill ain't going to pull out no gun on you a few minutes before the game. Like, that is the dumbest thing to even say. And to be like, hey, Reek, hey, if you can't roll your window down, roll this window down, because it's just, hey, we have the right to do that, man. We ain't trying to do nothing. We just trying to do our job. So you were speeding. We trying to talk to you, woo-de-woo-de-woo. But the other dude had it under control. It was just the other guy who wanted to be super macho man, Randy Savage. He snapped into a Slim Jim and went crazy.
But my problem too, Bake, is the other officer that was filming it the whole time who never tried to step in and say nothing.
Right.
I feel like that becomes a lot of the problem, that these other officers be so afraid of the officers that are doing this. It's like, bro, like you should be able to tell somebody to calm down. Facts. I believe if me and you was ever out in a situation and I get the tripping, I wouldn't want you sitting there like, hey, that's reasons, cause he just go. No, I would hope that you would, bro. Like, what is you on right now?
Fact.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Like, y'all are officers of the law,
Fact.
and y'all should be able to have checks and balances. I don't care about rank or superiority. You should at least be able to step in and be like, hey, chill out.
Right.
Point at the camera or something. Like, look.
Right.
Like do something.
Like relax, Brody. Relax.
You feel me? So for them just to be sitting there and not saying nothing and not doing nothing, you're just as bad. Right. You're just as culpable to me, because if that goes left and something happens to him, your ass should be on that lawsuit too.
100%, man. Anyway, man, we're going to see how everything happens, man, but it's just sad to see. Now on to some football news, man. We're going to talk about our week 1 team recap, man. Let's start with your Las Vegas Raiders, man. The 4th-and-1 call, just the performance. It looked like y'all had a chance to take control of that game. Couple plays here, couple plays there. And then when y'all had a chance to go for it and just, you think you run the ball, y'all chose the punt, and that was the difference of, winning that game. I know it's never on one play, but what's your thoughts on the 4th down call and just your overall, team game 1 recap?
Well, I feel like our defense is going to be elite. They showed me elite level defense. We gave up 2 big runs basically, but other than that, like Justin Herbert had 137 yards passing. So we controlled the game for the most part. To me, the game really came down to 3 plays. Honestly. 3 plays that I feel like the 3 plays didn't win and lose the game, but I feel like the 3 plays changed the trajectory of how the game could have went.
Okay.
So you got the Gardner Minshew fumble right before the half when he tried to pass it, but clutched it and then dropped it.
Right.
And that led to them getting 3 points. So we went the half up 7-6. Then we drive all the way downfield, get in field goal range. Daniel Carlson misses a field goal that he normally doesn't miss. So that's 3 points off the board.
Yep.
Then we get a stop, get the ball back, driving down the field, and then the running back fumbles. So you had 2 turnovers and a missed field goal. To me, that changed the trajectory of how that was supposed to go.
Right.
And when it came down to that 4th and 1, I really wasn't that annoyed or mad with it because I understood it. I mean, earlier in the game, we went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. The frustration just comes from not being creative on offense. The same thing I've been saying for the last 3 to 4 years. It's 4th and 1. You line up in a running formation that I feel like football coaches get so ego and be so like, well, we got to prove a point. I need my offensive line to prove that they can do that. When sometimes it ain't about what your offensive line can do. It's about getting the goddamn conversion.
Right.
So how about run a little play action to where you can get that? Think about the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes when it was 4th down. The Chiefs ran a run-pass option situation that gave Mahomes a 2-way go.
Right.
If they do this, you can run. If they do this, you can pass. They didn't just say, oh, here, give it to Isaiah Pacheco and let me run into the Niners.
Facts.
No, we're gonna mix it up to make the defense have to always be honest, because then say you in 4th and 1 again. Now they don't know what you're going to do.
Right.
Now the run may be there. So I feel like we didn't play enough games as far as offense. I honestly think Gardner Minshew had a pretty good game. He went 27 for 33, a touchdown. He had interception late, but it is what it is. But I feel like he hit open receivers. He wasn't overthrowing nobody. He wasn't – the passes was getting receivers down the field, so I believe he had a solid game. Unfortunately, we just didn't win, and not unfortunately, we got Baltimore next in Baltimore. And so we just got to, put our hard hat on and get ready for week 2. But like I said, I liked – there was a lot of positives.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Y'all look good, man. The defense look elite. I ain't going to lie to you.
Yeah, it was just those 3 plays that I felt changed the trajectory. I don't think it would have won. I can't say it wins or loses the game for us.
Right.
But it did change the trajectory to me of how that game could have went.
Yeah. For me, man, when it comes to my Atlanta Falcons, man, defense did what they were supposed to do. They didn't give up no touchdowns. We got beat by field goals. And for the offense to get paid, Kirk Cousins, all this chicken, to not score nothing in the second half was abysmal. And to throw the interceptions that he did. And a little bit is on the offensive line. I think people don't understand when your offensive line ain't doing what they're supposed to do, that's a problem. Like that is a major issue because the quarterbacks usually have the opportunity where they're not comfortable. And when they're not comfortable, they throw the ball just awful. And I think Kurt just wasn't comfortable. He wasn't comfortable. He wasn't
Let me ask you this. Do you think he's healthy? Because they pointed out that he never went under center, that he was either in gun or in pistol the whole time. And Kirk Cousins, throughout his career, has been a great play-action quarterback under center and able to get out. So do you think that Achilles is not that healthy yet to where he's not able to get that push from under the center?
I think the Achilles could be I wouldn't say it's not healthy because if it wasn't healthy, he wouldn't be playing because we paid him a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We ain't just going to throw that money out there and say, hey, man, make it do what it do. I don't think that's the case. I really do think that it's just a mental thing for him. It's like, I don't want to hurt it again. They paid me so much money. I want to be available. And then you got to understand, we got a dog ready. Penix is ready.
You already know.
To take the throne already.
I've been out there.
Yes, ready.
Listen,
you get what I'm saying? But I was proud of my defense. It just took, Terrell. He hasn't been that shutdown corner that we thought he was going to be.
But he's getting paid like he is.
I know, but he hasn't been that guy. He hasn't been that guy. And you know what? He was showing me those things in Clemson. When he played against other teams, he usually give up the big plays a lot. Yeah, he would come in and thump you and get some defensive, but he wasn't really that turnover guy. And that's what we're missing as our DBs. We don't have corners that can make it tough, but our defense is doing what they're supposed to do. They're not giving up tough. They bend, don't break. That's been our model for a while, but it's just our offense not being able to score the ball, not be able to move the ball. It was disappointing to see. And we got the Eagles, man. We coming off a tough one to go and play the Eagles, man. Every game counts. Every game. We have one of the toughest schedules in the league.
Facts.
And we cannot afford to lose a game because every game is important. So I think Kirk Cousins has to make a better debut. We got to go in Philly, and we got to make something happen, and we got to go 1-1. It's going to be a tough game, but we got to go 1-1. If we don't go 1-1,
both our teams lose games that they needed to win because that next game is like gosh, Lee, like you know it ain't sweet that next week.
Facts. It ain't.
It ain't like the Falcons is going from losing to the Steelers, and then you get the Giants next week.
Facts.
Nah, you lose to the Steelers and you get the Eagles next week. Like that ain't, you feel me? That ain't nothing you want to run into the next week.
100%. It's definitely not. So just not a good first week. Little bit disappointing, but hey, it is what it is. We're gonna make it do what it do. We got to bounce back.
Super Bowls won and lost in week 1.
Yes. So, what's your thoughts on just week 1 recaps? What's some games that stood out for you?
I was disappointed in the Bengals. Bengals disappointed me.
Okay.
To come out week 1 and lose to the Patriots, I just felt like that shouldn't have been a loss. The Giants is who we thought they are. Terrible in them terrible ass jerseys that they wore. So that was good. That was karma, because you ain't no reason. Listen, I understand sometimes we want to pay homage, but some certain homages don't need to be paid, and them damn jerseys need to be buried and dead for a long time. You feel me? Maybe the helmets could be cool,
right?
But the jersey combination,
right?
Get rid of that shit now, tomorrow. Burn that. I think the Cowboys look very impressive with all the drama that they had going on with everybody.
They look really good.
Dak got his money. CD got his money. So the next person down the line is Mekhi Parsons. Who else kind of showed me something this week? Man, I think that's really it. I think everything else is pretty much status quo. People was kind of enamored with the Bills and what they did, but I'm looking at it like, oh man, Josh Allen led a comeback win.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good to lead a comeback win at home against the Cardinals? I don't know if that's a good sign, Bake. To be down at home against the Cardinals, I don't know if you count that as like, woo, yeah, that's a good comeback win. Like, right. I don't. And then it's going to be interesting to see the Jets.
Right.
But their schedule is very favorable.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're right there. They get their things right because they got their schedule. They got Tennessee next. Then they get the Patriots. Then I think they get the Browns. Like their schedule's real favorable for them to get them going. What about you?
For me, one of my things that stood out was the Jets was atrocious. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, to see what they did was unbelievable. They couldn't stop a cold on the ground. Like, they was able to run, and I was surprised the way they manhandled them boys. Like, for real. My man Mason was out there looking like Christian McCaffrey, bro. He was looking like a freaking monster, bro. And I was like, bro, what in the blue moon is this? That was very shocking to me. A-Rod, I'm not mad at A-Rod because I know it takes time to get your feet under you and to get in the nick of things, to get in the groove. So I'm not mad at that. Some other standouts, the Bears. They didn't score a point on offense. Everything was defense related.
Or
special teams. That was very interesting to me, seeing how, they pay. He's supposed to be the future. That's not a good start.
That boy had 87 yards passing.
Yeah, that's not a good start. And they coming off some more injuries too. So that's not a good start. That's not what you want to see. That's definitely not what you want to see if you are a Bears fan. But, the defense is going to hold it down. And they're going to do what they can. But
they got the W.
They got the W at the end of the day. Miami looks good. They came out, and the Saints, like the Miami, the Saints, and the Cowboys came out looking like dominant. And the Niners, like dominant. They look dominant.
How'd you feel about that Rams Lions game? Another close one between those two.
Great
That
game.
was a good football game.
Great freaking game. Like I
That was a great
really,
football
really
game.
like the Lions. I think the Lions are here, man. The Lions are, I know a lot of people don't, they think it's a fluke, but I like the Lions. I like the
Oh, yeah.
Lions. I love the
I like
coach.
their makeup.
I love what they represent. I love what they doing. They are like that. They
I
are
don't know. Did you text me during the game like, man, I should have picked the Rams?
because bro, I didn't think the Rams was gonna do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up there in front. I didn't think the Rams was gonna come in Detroit. What like the Lions was dominating on that. And then, hey, you said number 8. That's that dude. That dude's a demon. But
Hey.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Hey,
You got to make a stop, and y'all let them boys run. Like they ran
Hey,
through. Like it was like, hey, it was like, bruh, you gonna take this work, and ain't nothing you gonna do about it. It was some Shannon Sharp stroking going on, and they just gave it up.
It was the dorms all over again.
It was the dorms all over again. Straight giving it up. Pound town, it's going down. You out of here. You get what I'm saying? It was so that really shocked me right there because they was doing good. They was playing great defense. They got back in the game, and for them to do that, you can't get a stop. They got the ball and ran it down your throat the whole damn possession. All they did was ran the ball. That was for me. That was like wow.
I told you, Jared Verse is an animal.
Yeah, he's an animal, but he wasn't an animal on that last drive. But he did his thing. He did his thing.
Because how you tame the ends? You just run the ball because they can't do what they want to do.
Yeah,
the ends want to rush the passer.
Yeah,
it ain't too many DNs that like to get involved in a run game. Like Max Crosby, he likes to get involved in a run game.
Right.
So you got to figure him out. But a lot of DNs, man, they just want to rush the passer.
Yeah.
And when you run the ball, now you asking him to go play the run. That ain't what he want to do. So,
but no, it was good to see, But right now, it's just I'm trying to figure out who's gonna be Pat Mahomes, man, because like let's talk about that Raven in that Baltimore game. That was the way you start the season. Saved by the toe. Like literally saved by the toe. Lamar Jackson, man, is he ever going to get over the hump, man? Is he going to finally beat Pat Mahomes? Because it's like one of those things. You know how freaking Tom Brady was Peyton Manning kryptonite? He couldn't get past Peyton Manning. And like that one year, he finally did it. You know what I mean? Is it going to be like that again for Lamar and Pat Mahomes? Because it just seems like Lamar tries to outdo himself when he play against him, and when they start making a comeback, he just start playing Lamar Jackson football. Like when you start to beat Pat Mahomes is when you start to get yourself in trouble. But when he was like, all right, I'm going back to Lamar Jackson football. I'm gonna run the ball when I have to. I'm gonna find my man when I'm open. And I think he just needs to be him. Stop getting caught up in the critics. You can throw the ball. We know you can, but just play your game. And I think that's the only way they're going to beat Pat Mahomes because right now, Pat Mahomes got his number.
Oh, yeah, he got his
number.
He got his number. He got his email. He got his Instagram.
Yes.
Pat Mahomes kind of own this man right now.
Facts.
And it's one of those situations as you watch the game, like you said, I just think, with the new offensive coordinator, they're trying to diversify their offense.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to diversify your offense, you're still trying to figure that out.
Right.
And especially when you got a Derrick Henry in there now, it's like, okay, well, we should be kind of run heavy. But, dang, Lamar did kind of show us he can kind of throw the rock around. So,
facts.
I just think that they have to continue to figure out the best course of action and figure out what's going to make the most sense.
Right.
And when you're playing against the Ravens, when you're playing against the Chiefs, you got to beat the way you beat the Chiefs is trying to be more physical than them.
Right.
You got to try to out physical the Chiefs because you're not about to just like out athlete them.
Right.
Because they got enough athletes. You got to try to beat them up.
Facts.
And I just think that the Ravens get away from that when they play the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I can put it on Lamar Jackson, but for the most part, Lamar Jackson ain't the one calling the plays.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, the one that's just getting the play and trying to go execute the play
Right.
the best way he can. And that's what I see. But the Chiefs look strong. They look like the talk of the AFC.
Yeah.
They got a big game coming up this week against a guy that kind of gives them problems. So we'll see how this is about to go. And but the Chiefs look strong. Xavier Worthy looks nice. All the kids from Fresno balled out this week.
They did.
Xavier Worthy had a touchdown. Jalen McMillan had a touchdown. Jalen Johnson had the game-sealing interception. Eric Kendricks had a big game for the Cowboys. So shout out to the 559.
Yeah, they did good.
All the young boys from the 559, man, that's in the league, did their thing this week.
They did real good. It was a good week one. Good week one for football.
Really
I enjoyed it. It's good to see the football's back. A lot of close games, some blowouts. I like the Texans in the Indiana Colts game. We got some two young quarterbacks. It's going to be some studs for sure.
And it ain't the same division?
Yes, it's going to be some rivalries. And I like it. We had, 23 black quarterbacks start this week? How many was it?
I think 17.
17 black quarterbacks?
Yeah, so you had, let me see. You had Tua and Jacoby Brissett, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. So that's Tua. So that's 4. Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud. That's 6. Pat Mahomes, 7. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels. That's 10. I'm trying to think. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love. That's 12.
Who else?
Bryce Young, 13. Kyler Murray, 14, and Geno Smith, 15.
Yeah.
So 15, half of the league.
Yeah. So it was they're gonna be nice, man. I like it. It's different. It's a changing of the guards because it used to be probably like 3 or 4 back in the day, and now we run in the league, man. And so to see young black men doing their thing out there, bro, it's really good to see, and it's good for our culture because it shows you can play quarterback in the league. You know what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes right now is the guy right now. He's the guy, and I gotta see who's gonna be the next guy to beat him, man, because he's just a game.
I don't feel like right now we can't look for the next because he's so young and still in his prime.
Yes,
he's about to be here for a while.
I know.
The next is Jackson age. So
anyway, man, let's get into some picks, big dog. I found myself back in the league, man. You know, we just find ways to win. I'm up 2 right now. It's just what I do, man. It's just what I do, man. And I got saved by a toe because I almost got the Ravens pick right because I feel like they was gonna win that game. Feel like they was gonna win that game if they had another opportunity. But what's your let's talk about what's your picks. What we got for the picks this week?
All right, so starting off tomorrow, Thursday night, we got Bills at Dolphins, 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Dolphins over.
Oh yeah.
50.
Yeah, I like that pick. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going Dolphins over too right now. I don't see the Bills. They struggled. They was getting their butt whipped, and they found a way to win. But they was losing at the crib, and a hot Miami team at that is coming in your house, and they ready.
No, the Bills is going to Miami.
Oh well. No, I'm saying like a hot Miami team. I mean, you going into a hot Miami team crib. I know they play the Miami really, really well every time, but they I don't know. This is an identity game for me, and I'll be shocked if they win. But I'm going Miami over.
Okay. Our next one, Saints at Cowboys, 47.
Saints at Cowboys. I'm gonna go Cowboys. Over 47. Not a lot. These boys coming off a scoring game. I feel like they both gonna score, And with Dallas looking the way they looking, man, they gonna dominate right now. And I got Dallas.
Yeah, I had wrote down Cowboys over on mine also.
Okay, what we got next?
Next we have Bengals at Chiefs 48. I took the Chiefs under. Um, these games are usually high impact, but just something about me saying this week, I feel like it's gonna be a low scoring one. I mean, I wouldn't say low scoring. I just feel like the Bengals offense just look very pathetic, and they gonna have to kind of show me something. So I I I'm gonna go Chiefs under. I want to go Chiefs over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Chiefs over. I'm gonna go Chiefs over. So that's what I kind of want to do.
And they going into Cincy or they playing in KC?
They playing in KC.
I think after the Bengals taking that first loss, this is going to be a wake up game for them, and
Okay.
I'm going Bengals over.
Okay. Bengals. All right. Sunday night game.
Let's get it.
Young Caleb traveling to Houston to play against young CJ. I got the Texans under. I think the Texas defense is going to stifle the Bears, and they're going to score points. I think Caleb's going to have another game where he's struggling because the Texans defense is if he's struggling against the Titans defense, and I think the Texas defense is better, he's going to struggle against the Texas defense too.
Yeah. Man. Oh,
I lost you. I don't see
I'm back.
You,
I'm back. There we go. This one is. I'm gonna go Texans. I don't know if they're gonna score points. What's the spread again?
46.
All right, I'm gonna go. Man. I'm gonna go. I'm going Texas under. I don't think Bears gonna score no points, dog. And both of their receivers are on injury watch. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
And the final game Monday night.
Yeah.
The Dirty Birds travel to Philly.
Yeah.
Play against the other Birds.
Yeah.
I took Eagles under.
Yeah.
It's at 47.
Yeah.
I just feel like I picked the Falcons to win the division, and they hurt my feelings right now. They really are. I did not like the way they came out. I had them winning week 1.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they gonna beat the Steelers. You
Yeah.
feel me? They go come out and set the tone, and they got the tone set on them. So
yeah. I'm going Atlanta over. I think it's gonna be some scoring this time. I really do. I'm going Atlanta over.
Okay.
I think we're gonna be scoring sometimes. It's gonna be a tough game for sure. But I think there's gonna be time we get some points. Because Kirk got to get right. He can't have back-to-back games like that. So I think we're gonna go and get a tough game and get back on track. Because there's gonna be murmurs. There's gonna be murmurs. You go. Let us go. Let us go 0-3. Watch the murmurs start to happen, and people gonna be like, "Yo, what's up?" So. I'm gonna go and say that we're gonna go Atlanta over. That's what I'm working with. ATL over, baby. And is that the last pick?
Yes, that'll be the last one.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, man, I think this is gonna be it, man. Any final thoughts before we get about it? My fault, Chad. I was end up getting my last draft pick in, man. I gotta try to win the draft league. What up, baby Jack? What's good, boy?
Say what's up.
Hey, you acting like that? You want me to come over there and get the belt? You want to come over and get the belt? You better stop. You better stop it right now. You better stop it right now. But anyway, man, that's going to do it for today's show. Like I said, chat, we're going to be on Wednesdays live from the crib until schedules permit. But this is cool. We in the comfort of our house. We can do what we do. We go long, we go short, whatever it is, make it happen. You know the vibes. Any last words before we get up out of here, big dog?
No, man, just I've been on the grind, man. Your favorite referee is out here in these referee streets, man. I've been nominated as one of the refs to get playoff games and regional games, so I can may catch a boy ref in a state championship game this year if everything's permitted. So I'm just excited about everything I got going on, man. Start a new job out at there, Rio Vista. Having an enjoyable time teaching.
Nice.
It's been fun these first 3 weeks, man. Coaching at Rayburn. We got a game this week against Granite Ridge that we need to win, coming off a loss this past weekend. So life is life.
Rayburn lost?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't feel like getting into why. You know.
Okay.
Just know, like, look, the defense only gave up 6 points. That's it. And that was like, we gave up 6 points with like a minute and 30 left in the fourth.
Okay.
So, you feel me? So the defense played well. My boys is vibing with me, but we just didn't come out to win. But we got Granite Ridge this weekend, so Granite Ridge got to pay for last week's sins.
Yeah. Well, anyway, man. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay encouraged. Always remember to talk that talk. Until we see y'all guys next time. Peace.
Peace.